What's it been like as a freshman quarterback to lead this team this season? What's it been like as a freshman quarterback to lead this team this season?
I mean, it's a blessing. All the hard work we put in, in the off season and the summer, and I'm not big on age. I'm big on coming in, competing, playing my role, and playing ball. So it's been a fun ride.
This time last year, you were in the high school playoffs. You're quarterbacking your high school team. Now you're SEC champion. Do you kind of look at the whole thing and go, "Wow, everything happened so fast"?
Well, last year around this time, I wasn't in the high school playoffs. I actually lost in the first round, but played Manville. Had like 26 D1 athletes, went D1. But it's a great experience. I mean, I can say this is my first championship since the East Houston Aggies as a 8-year-old. So it's a good feeling.
How much have you evolved this year? I mean, learning the new offense and kind of progressing. How much you personally evolved?
It's a process, and here you just have to trust the process and keep progressing as a player.
How has Lane Kiffin helped you as a quarterback growing this first year?
He's been very, very helpful. I mean, very helpful. Progressing me as a player, person, and just, allowing me to be the best I can be.
How did you build that knack for overcoming that your first snap you had to fumble? How do you, the composure you had, where did you learn that from?
Well, I mean, it's a mindset. I grew up as a coach's kid, so I was around the game often. So it's kind of natural for me to be, stoic and calm because that's who I am.
Were you around, I mean, his teams and everything as a kid? I mean, did you kind of just grow up with football gym rat?
I did. And I say that's the reason why I'm here doing what I'm doing now, because of how I grew up and what I came around, and my dad, being the person he was when he coached me.
What's been your favorite moment of the season so far?
Favorite moment of the season? I say now, but we're not done.
Seems like you got a lot of chemistry with Darius Stewart. What is it about him that you trust him?
It's not a trust deal. I trust all my receivers. I trust all of my teammates. It's a deal where it just so happens, okay, call his number and he answers.
I'm sorry, what went through your mind when initially you didn't win the job, and then when you got in there, fumble and...
Well, I say the job was never, solidified. Blake was going first and ended up going in second, but like I said, here's the process.
How would you
trust it?
How would you evaluate your year to date?
As a team, I think we've done a great job. As a team, I think we've done a great job. I can see it. Perfect season this far. Can't ask for more.
Jalen, what is it about you where you're able just to shake off your mistakes and just get focused? What is that?
I think it's a mindset. It takes a special person to come here and play well. And here we are. We got a lot of players doing that now, so that's a good sign.
Jalen, how can you improve as a player?
Improving as a player, it's a lot of stuff. I mean, I can't just give you specifics because I ain't perfect. You're gonna have fumbles, you're gonna have interceptions, incompletions, missed balls, missed tackles. It just happens.
Nick has talked about meeting with him weekly and kind of going over film. What are some of those experiences like?
It's a pretty good experience to go and talk to him on Sundays. I recall a few times where he ain't talked to me this Sunday. I was like, nah, coach, I come every Sunday. But I guess he's getting a little old. He can't remember.
When did he tell you were going to start against USC?
I don't think I started against USC.
I mean, you're going to play.
Well, I was informed that I was going to play and get in probably about three to four drives. And, we'll out there and compete.
What day of the week was that,
Long time.
What's life like for you off the field? You're the starting quarterback, #1 team. You're also a freshman in college. People have kind of been noticing you around campus and stuff.
They do, but I think they have done a great job of not taking it out of proportion. They've handled it well.
It looks like the transition to college football has been pretty easy. Is high school football and college football, are they similar, or is it just football? How do you...
I don't say that, but I think it's a deal where you are mature, developed. Alabama is developing give me, it's the process.
Jalen, how do you guys not become some sort of complacent when you go this far and win this many games?
You can't be complacent in this league. Obviously, I mean, we're champions now, but like I said, we're not done. Can never be complacent. Keep pushing.
How do you not go?
It's a mindset.
Pardon me?
It's a mindset.
We just led to some of the struggles in the red zone.
Struggles
Yeah, we just
in the red
led to some,
zone.
yeah.
Lack of execution. When you don't capitalize on a play, it usually comes down to lack of execution.
Was that on you or on somebody else? Or?
It's all the team effort. All the team effort. As a competitor and a player, you want to say that, okay, I could have done this better, I could have done that better, but it's all the team effort at the end of the day.
Jalen, has it been a good thing? I mean, that's such a high-profile position. It could be a lot of pressure if you want to let it. That you've kind of been showed you haven't had to do this. That you've been able to just focus on football, school. The more important things than publicity on it.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna use the process again. It's all the process. And Coach Saban has always, there's always been a rule that freshmen couldn't speak. All year I've lived up to that rule. I respected it. Here we are now. The first time I'm speaking to the media.
Do you like it? Do you like that rule?
I don't mind it. I mean, it's the process.
You said the fans
You can't disrespect the process.
You said the fans did a good job of not blowing this out of proportion. Do you think this kind of crowd here is out of proportion?
Yeah, it's a part of it. When you play for Alabama and you're doing positive things. You're successful at what you do. It happens. So.
You talked about some of those good meetings, but what are Nick's also kind of chewed you out in the middle of games and stuff like that? What are some of those meetings like on the sidelines?
Well, as a player, as a coach's son, I say my dad was my coach, so I don't think it can get any worse than that.
If there's one thing you've learned from your dad that you've taken with you here, what is it? A saying, anything like that?
Well, playing for my dad, it was kind of tough. I mean, I had an older brother, and he got to go through it with my brother before I came up. I watched my brother play, progress, and do the things he did. But I learned a lot from him coaching my brother. All the butt chewings he got, I learned from those, and okay, I'm not gonna do what he did. But life is all about learning and not doing it again. Don't want to repeat your mistake.
Your brother said.
Your dad or
Better butt chewings.
I mean, are they both could be pretty tough too?
And then like getting the butt chewing from your blood. So I say my dad.
Were you guys concerned at all when they drove right down for that first touchdown?
That's how games go sometimes. I mean, it happens. Our defense is good. Nobody's perfect.
How much?
It happens.
How much did their scores, the special team and the defensive touchdown, kind of spark the offense going into the second quarter?
Pardon me?
How much did the defensive score, the non-offensive touchdowns, spark the offense? I mean, you had -7 yards total offense in the first quarter.
Here at Alabama, we're not, they teach us not to look at the scoreboard and worry about the outside effects that may be in place, but we just play our game. No scoreboard. We got 60 minutes to play as hard as we can. That's what we did.
Jalen, people talk about how smooth you are, and you don't get upset over a bad play. You just go on to the next play. Is that something you learned from your dad, or is that something you've kind of just had in you all your life?
Well, I think it's something that I inherited, just kind of growing up and being a coach's kid, because I'd say my brother was a little emotional playing the position. He show emotion sometimes, and I learned from that. And I think that's why I'm the way I am right now.